Hello guys, I am going to go ahead and show you how I this bass. I had posted on my Facebook page yesterday saying if anyone wanted to know how to make this patch that I would upload a quick tutorial on YouTube how to do it. So here we go. This is my first tutorial. This is going to be just basically like a rundown of the synth. I'm not going to start from scratch and recreate it this time, but I will go ahead and show you how I made the patch. So basically what the first oscillator is I got this from wavetable packs actually that I had downloaded. I think it was Rocket Powered Sound. It might be one of their $5 packs, or I'm not 100% sure, but I am using this Vocal Reese. Yeah, it is the Rocket Powered Sound Vocal Reese. So they did a sale where they gave away like 5 wavetable packs for only $5. So I went ahead and caught that, and there are actually a lot of really cool ones in there. So I pitched this down 2 octaves, and I am running FM from B. So I have the level from oscillator B down all the way because we are just using that as a like a host oscillator to run the signal through. Okay, I'm just using this one LFO shape. We are modulating 12 things, as you can see here. You can go ahead and copy this shape if you'd like, or just create your own shape. I just like the movement. I have it set to bar just so like it moves very slowly. So aside from the FM that I'm running here, I do have the unison turned up, which is basically what unison is the voicing. So it's just layering different instances of this same wavetable on top of each other. So I did have to turn the detune down quite a bit, otherwise it just sounds like complete trash. So 6 voices here and 8 voices for here, and this is just in basic shapes, analog basic shapes, and then it's just a triangle waveform. So then what I did is I am running FM from my second oscillator to my sub os. So again, this is just going to be a signal to pass, a host to pass the signal through, is what I'm trying to say. And sorry, I've been sick, so that's why I sound kind of like trash right now. But level all the way down on that, and we're at 38% with the FM, and this one we are at 34. So going into the LFO modulation, I am modulating the level. So I have the level at 0 for the oscillator A. This is the oscillator that we were getting the output sound from, and I am just modulating that all the way up. Okay, and I also brought this over to the wavetable position to give it more movement. So you can see we're at 39. And aside from that, I have it sitting here. It really doesn't need to be because it's not actually modulating. It's at 0. So and to the filter, I'm using a band reject filter with the cutoff right around anywhere between like 85 and 90 is good, and we're just going to modulate that up 10 with our LFO. Okay, and then the drive, I have this, it's 25%. The width is at 28%, and again, I'll just LFO 1. So this band reject filter, I love it. That's where a lot of the sound is actually coming from there. So along to the effects section, we have a lot of effects going on here. So I am using the Diode 2 distortion. It's just a really mean sounding distortion, so like I do choose that one quite frequently when I'm trying to make heavy bass sounds. To the hyper dimension, the hyper I keep down usually quite a bit because most of the time, from my experience, when that's turned up, it sounds kind of trashy. So the dimension, I do have a pretty low size. It's at 7%, and the mix is sitting at 35%. With the compressor, all that I did here was turn on multiband, and then just turn the gain up just a little bit, and the mix is all the way. Along to the EQ, what I did here is basically created a third filter for myself, because you can see that I'm utilizing this filter here and then our main filter there, and I kind of wanted a notch filter, so I created a double notch here. So you can see I have LFO1 modulating this, so you basically just turn the gain down on both ends to make that peak. You want to make sure you select the peak and bring it down, and then we just modulate the frequency here. You can see 27 on that one and minus 32 on that one. Okay, and then on to this filter section, I went with a reverb filter. Cutoff is pretty high, and then I do modulate that all the way up. I have the damp set to 19%, and I do modulate that all the way back, and then our mix is just sitting at a solid 90. And what I do with the phaser, this is basically just giving it more crunch. If you hear it without it, it just makes it a bit more crunchy. If you just turn these levels all the way down, mix is sitting at a 76%. And then I do have very, very slight reverb going on. The sound, I have the decay, it's 1.4 seconds, so it's really, really low decay, really, really low size. Mix is fairly low, sitting at just 20% here. Okay, and that basically does it for the sound. Really, really mean bass. Let me know what you think of this sound, and if you would like me to continue uploading videos such as this. My next video, I am just going to create the next bass just from scratch with you, and we will create the sound from start to finish together. So